time. It's always vanishing. The commute, the errands, the work functions, the meetings, selling your car. Unless you sell your car with Carvana. Get a real offer in minutes. Get it picked up from your door. Get paid on the spot. So fast, you'll wonder what the catch is. There isn't one. We just respect you and your time. Oh, you're still here? Move along now. Enjoy your day. Sell your car today.
Carvana.
Pickup fees may apply.
A message from McAfee. Wondering why the post office is texting you or why you owe thousands of dollars in toll fees? Because someone's trying to scam you. The good news? McAfee can help. With McAfee's award-winning scam detection, it's easy to tell what's real and what's fake over text, in your inbox, and online. If they're
You want a free gift?
Seriously? If they're faking it, they're not making it past us. Get award-winning scam detection today. McAfee.com/keepitreal.
Well, it didn't take long, guys. We got our first controversy in the NBA on opening night.
Which controversy are you talking about?
Yeah, Reed Shepherd getting
shooting every time he touched it?
Yes. Tom's 6th man of the year pick, Reed Shepherd, facing some really tough defense. And
my son. Please refer to him as my son.
Tom's only male child struggling.
Tom, can I ask you a question?
Yeah.
Do you think Ime Udoka needs to have the same conversation with Reed Shepherd that Steve Kerr had with Buddy Hield, where he has to point? See that guy over there, that tall guy over there? That's Kevin Durant. Not Kevin Durant, the actor. Kevin Durant, the top 10 NBA player of all time. Maybe you want to give him the ball.
I'd like to keep this conversation going. What were the other controversies you were talking about, Maze?
No, the Reed Shepherd complete combustion is not the controversy I'm referring to. I'm, of course, referring to the conservation of technical fouls. Anytime a technical foul is not issued, it will come back. Maybe to Draymond Green on the bench in the very next game. But Kevin Durant, in the closing seconds of the first overtime of a thrilling 1-point Thunder victory, called a timeout. Tie game, grabbed a rebound, did the T with his hands.
3 times. Keep your third eye open.
By the testimony of one Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, he called it orally and physically. He was calling for that timeout.
Multi-dimensional call timeout, yeah.
The refs, quote, didn't see him, or I guess hear him either, so they did not award said timeout. So time expired, and we go to double overtime rather than the penalty for calling a timeout you don't have, which is technical foul plus loss of possession.
Yeah.
Which almost certainly would have ended with a Thunder win in the first overtime.
So wait, he called timeout 3 times.
Mm-hmm.
There were 3 officials, and no one saw this or heard this in either dimension.
Well, no one was looking at the ball.
So do we need to keep our third eye open on this occurrence?
I believe you do. Because the lay person will say, oh, they didn't see it. The savvy person, the person with maybe 2 eyes open, says they're doing superstar treatment. Rather than let Durant make a mistake that would legitimately cost them the game, they're going to turn a blind eye in order to protect the superstar. I understand how you might think, oh, I'm in the Illuminati now. I came up with that theory. You're patting yourself on the back. But guys, that's not what happened here. What happened is we got the call, not from one Olympic Tower where Adam Silver's office is. I mean, I guess it wouldn't be because he was in the stands. He was there at the game. Yeah. No, this call came from a different place in New York City. It came from 30 Rockefeller Center, also known as 30 Rock.
3-0.
Because here's the deal, folks. When you have a doubleheader on a national network, broadcast TV, NBC, there's a little bit of a buffer time between the end of game 1 and the start of game 2, but in essence, it's time so that you can broadcast both games unless the first game goes late, in which case you have to go to an alternate station. Now, in years past, opening night was on TNT. So if the TNT first game went late and the second game got tipped off, but we're still not done with game 1, what do? They put it on TBS. They put it on True TV. They put it on another one of their networks. All you got to do is change the channel, and boom, you got both games on. But NBC did not put it on an NBC Sports Channel. No, they put the start of the Lakers-Warriors game on Peacock. Now, we've had a lot of conversation about people saying, oh, you need $650 a year to watch NBA games. No, you don't. That's if you want to watch every single game, which is ambitious, but also that is a small percentage of the vast basketball viewing crowd. Matter of fact, I've told a lot of people, look, if you have basic cable, meaning you get NBC, ABC, ESPN, and ESPN2, you are getting a lot more over-the-air games than you ever have in the last 10, 15 years at least, maybe more, right? If you want, you can get an Amazon Prime subscription and you get some more games. And if you really want, you can get a Peacock subscription. You can get even more games. But the reality is, the over-the-air portion, there's more than enough. You'll feel like, man, I'm getting a lot of NBA basketball.
But if you don't have Peacock.
Yeah, there's a lot of people say, I don't need to get those extra streaming services or League Pass or whatever. I'm good with this abundance that Adam Silver has provided me. Unless the highly anticipated Lakers-Warriors game that was supposed to be on NBC starts on Peacock and goes almost the entire first half.
Now, they did try to extend the start time, though, to 10:15.
They did.
But maybe that was a front. Maybe that was a cover.
You got to cover your tracks. And so what ends up happening is a bunch of people, most of whom probably are Laker fans. Remember, this isn't locally simulcast. It's one broadcast.
Wow.
They're like, oh, shit, I got to get my Lakers fix in. There's no shortage of Warriors fans either. I don't want to wait. I don't care about the Rockets and the Thunder. I want to watch my team. So you know what that sound was? That ching, 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 ching. That's a bunch of Peacock subscriptions that were sold some point in time at the end of first overtime, right when Kevin Durant called a timeout that he didn't have. Ladies and gentlemen, keep your third eye open. The Peacock theory.
That the timeout was not seen because they wanted to boost streaming subscriptions.
They didn't NBC it.
So we're going to do that all year now? NBA on NB. See what I'm saying? You know?
All we're doing is insights to excellence. That's what we're doing all year long.
Guys, I am locked in. Did you see the Roman numeral 6 in the logo of the Insights to Excellence?
What's that for?
6-0. Just let you know.
Oh.
Keep your third eye open.
So much iconography in that. The TV channel, 23. Every station, it was flipping through Jordan highlights on that TV. It was always channel 23.
See, I used to think maybe LeBron should have gone with number 6 as his number because it would disassociate himself with Michael. But Michael knew, I got to win 6 titles because then LeBron can't even use 6.
Michael owns 6. And by the way, you know what 2 times 3 is?
It's 6. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I loved it. I mean, I was locked in, loved the music, the pageantry that we had Nate Jones on. If you haven't listened to that episode when we had Nate Jones of Goodwin Sports.
Didn't it feel like they listened to our episode and said, all right, everything these guys have talked about, we're doing it.
No mistakes, no coincidences in this program.
Mm-mm-mm.
What you saw on Tuesday night, it was already foreseen with our third eyes on this program. I mean, what'd you think, MJ?
I loved it. It was everything I wanted it to be. Dan Levitard was all surprised. I was like, Dan, did you really think he was going to opine about Tari Eason and Cason Wallace impact on the game? No, I didn't want that. I don't want to hear him talk about those guys. I want him to tell me a cool story about a rich white man that made him shoot a free throw and how for a second Michael Jordan turned into a human. Then he realized, I'm not. I'm a deity.
He got you. He set you up.
Oh, man. For a second, I was like, oh, Michael Jordan got nervous?
And did you make it? Absolutely.
Crushed the storytelling. And then, did you guys catch my favorite part?
Still love it? Love it like you wouldn't believe. I mean, in all honesty, I wish I could take a magic pill, put on shorts, and go out and play the game of basketball today. Because that's who I am. That's that type of competition, that type of competitiveness is what I live for. And I miss it. I miss that aspect of playing the game of basketball. Being able to challenge myself against what people see as great basketball.
Oh.
But Bean said, I need some new shorts.
Oh, my God. Because I posted that on Threads. And Jay Adande, the Hall of Famer, responded to me, quote, what people consider, unquote, is his pregame layup line of shade.
It is. It is.
What people consider to be great basketball. Immediately my antenna went, oh, shit.
Did you see what next week's topic is?
No.
The little graphic on the side of the screen teasing next week's episode. Get ready for this. Michael Jordan on load management.
Oh, my God.
You thought that was fun. Get ready.
The Jergens will be within reach.
This is a masterclass in editing.
Producer Mace, can you explain why this piqued your interest, what we saw on Tuesday night?
we've been wondering what MJ's going to do, what this segments are going to be about. Is he going to talk about the games that are happening that night? Tom, you thought, is he going to talk to legends?
Nope.
From the teams that are Nope.
What are we going to do?
We're going to pre-record, let's say 3 hours with Mike Tirico at MJ's house once. And we're going to chop it up into 3-minute clips and dole them out throughout the season because, as he said,
the most valuable asset I have is time.
So he does not have time to be recording new insights to excellence every single week. He's going to be pre-recording a bunch of them. They're not going to have anything to do with what's happening that night.
Guys, it's insights to excellence, not insights to Quentin Post's 12 minutes out there. I don't want Michael Jordan's remarks or thoughts on any of these games. It would be a waste of my time, let alone a waste of his time. A waste of my time for you to ask him, hey, Michael, how was Jake LaRavia's minutes out there? I don't care. I want insights into excellence. Just saying it gives me goosebumps.
So I guess my question, is why did they decide to split it up into a series of broadcasts and not make it a 30-minute, hour-long sit-down exclusively on Peacock that you can subscribe to and get?
You couldn't handle it. Your brain couldn't handle it, and you know what else could handle it? NBC's bank account. The coffers could not handle the tidal wave of money of people subscribing to Peacock to watch those 30 minutes, and then they cancel immediately. It'll be a nice little bump for Q4, I guess, but that's not what we're looking for here, man. It's like a crack dealer. Get you hooked on this. Get a taste for it. Now you got to keep coming back. And they want a little bit more, but they never give you more. You give the same amount that makes you crave it more and more. And oh, another drop is coming. Oh my God. Grab a belt.
I'm going to have my third eye trained on MJ's outfits to see if they ever change. In March? Are we going to have new footage?
How white were those shoes, man?
I'd put sunglasses on.
Mike Tirico had a fresh pair of whatever they were. I believe Reggie Miller even tried to josh him a little bit, like, oh, them shoes or whatever. I feel like Michael Jordan looked at him and said, them's ain't white shoes. These, blinding light came out. These are white shoes. They invented a whiter version of white to paint his shoes that color.
Little disappointed that we didn't get like a classic MJ outfit, though.
That was a classic MJ outfit. What are you talking about?
Oh, Mr. Packy Jeans himself. Okay.
Are you being disrespectful right now? Huh?
I forgot who.
He's still a North Carolina guy. Remember where you live, buddy.
I can't wait. Load management. Tell you who's going to be managing some loads next week.
Oh,
you know?
There'll be no management.
What, you said it earlier, Juergens. How am I the one who went over the line?
My assignment. Uncover why the association inspires more conspiracy theories in volume and salience than any other U.S. sport.
You've heard of the Illuminati.
The truth is out there, but so are lies.
Your eyes can deceive you. Don't trust them.
The NBA has always been controlled by about 8 people.
Denial is the most predictable of all human responses.
If you're only using 10% of your brain, you don't even know that you're using 10% of your brain.
The NBA Illuminati.
If coincidences are just coincidences, why do they feel so contrived?
The Illuminati.
But you start to follow the money, and you don't know where the f*** it's going to take you.
It is unspoken. They have influence among other players.
The NBA Illuminati.
I don't have time for your convenient ignorance.
Maybe I'm a conspiracist now as well.
That's all it took. Oh, we got books, we got schools. You saw a video on YouTube.
Why my eyes, sir? You've never used them before.
We are the Basketball Illuminati.
This is Basketball Illuminati. I am Tom Haberstroh, and as always, we are joined by the 5-star Illuminati generals, Amin Elhassan, who is wearing his Basketball Illuminati merch.
Yes.
Which, Maze will tell you, time and time again where to go get that. And he's got his hat on. I actually don't have anything except for my third eye is always open on this program. Producer Anthony May is also here.
Members of the Illumination can support us on Patreon at patreon.com/countthedings. You can also show your support by wearing a third eye hat or a basketball Illuminati shirt or hoodie. Check out the link in the show notes or go to the Count the Dings store on Cotton Bureau and keep that third eye open.
We've got Yaron Weitzman, who is the author of A Hollywood Ending, The Dreams and Drama of the LeBron Lakers, joining us from an Uber and his hotel en route because we really wanted to get him on, and he had a little bit of a window to do this show, and he's got lots of fun anecdotes from behind the scenes with Luka, LeBron, Rich Paul, Russell Westbrook, Magic Johnson, and of course, Lance Stevenson pops up in this story too. So go listen to that. But first,
you are listening to The Agenda with Amin Elhassan and Tom Haberstroh.
Let's talk about what everyone wants to talk about.
Yeah.
Tuesday, we had an amazing NBA and NBC, Houston, Oklahoma City, KD.
Oh my God.
Doubleheader.
It was incredible.
I still got the goosebumps.
This is the NBA on NBC.
Luka was transcendent.
Until he almost died.
Yeah.
Looks skinny.
He looked skinny. He also looked exhausted because apparently JJ Redick spent the whole summer and still hasn't learned the whole, you need to sit him for a couple of minutes. You can't play him every goddamn minute.
Well, no, he's in shape, Amin. This is what he's been traded for.
The guy who was on cover of Men's Health about his new transformation.
You want to rest him at game one?
And the guy, JJ Redick, who didn't make a sub for like an entire game in his debut in the playoffs. You're surprised that that's how it went down?
I thought that would be a learning experience. I didn't think game one of the season, this season, he's like, nope, we're still at it like a crack addict.
Yeah, let's dive into the biggest story of the day, which is, of course, how tall is Wemby?
What?
Man. Picking up steam.
Yeah.
I mean, it's the tallest story of the day. I wouldn't say it's the biggest.
Yeah.
You guys aren't waiting with bated breath on every story about...
He's tall. Who cares? He's really tall. He's taller than Boban.
No way. I know because on the paper, I was taller. You saw 7'3". I'm 7'4", and I was looking at him. I was like, no way, I'm taller than him.
From The Athletic, Jared Weiss, great reporter who is now in San Antonio covering Wemby. And so this is probably the first of many.
He's doing national, but he is relocated from Boston to San Antonio, Texas, which...
Now, who would ever do that? Relocate from New England down south to cover one transcendent player and still kind of do the national thing? Who would ever do such a thing?
Now what you gonna do, Mr. Statistician Face Man?
Jared does a great job for The Athletic. A story, the opening line is about how the greatest mystery in the NBA right now is how tall is Victor Wembanyama. And I gotta ask, guys, they have this 3-person or 4-person staff, training staff, that by rule, they have to certify every player's height, measure the player standing up, and they have a posture expert that has to make sure their shoulders are up.
This is a league rule?
Yeah.
I didn't know it went that far, man.
Height fraud watch.
The height cops?
Hey, lock up your knees there. Yeah. We need you to be standing fully upright. Guys, is it the answer to have a guy laying down and measure them from head to toe?
No, Tom, the spine isn't in alignment. Otherwise, you'd say press him up against the wall, right? But no, you need him parallel to the wall,
but
not pressed up against it, because then you're not in alignment.
Because if he did that, Kyle Lowry would be shorter than what he's actually listed, right? He'd be like the letter U, right?
So, Tom, how tall do you think Wemby is? What's your guess?
Oh, I know how tall he is. I measured it with my eyeballs, and he is 7'7".
We have a definitive answer from Wembanyama himself. And he didn't say he was 7'7". What he said was, and I quote, taller than everybody else.
Yes. That's it. He's the tallest. That's what counts. He's the max. When you create a chart, you've got the 100th percentile, which is the very top. That's Wemby. Doesn't matter how tall he is. Yeah. Don't put a number on it. He could be infinitely tall, Tom. You're so obsessed with this.
I know.
You need the numbers. You need the big number. Relax.
The big number is 7'7". How many inches? Okay. Carry the 2. Yeah. That's really tall.
Which would make him the tallest player in NBA history. Tied with George Mirazan and Manute Bol. Those guys were all 7'7".
There's a little ad in this story, like an editor's pick. If you liked this story, check out How tall is Victor Wembanyama? Determining the Spurs superstar's actual height. Is he 7'4", 7'7"? No one seems to really know. I got no clue, said his coach Wednesday. If you click on that article, it's Zach Harper, the executive producer of this show. Wednesday, October 15th, a week ago, there was another story on this exact topic. It's not just me, Maze. Get off my back.
I feel like Zach, though, is going off of our podcast episode that we did a week ago.
Yeah, he read the notes.
Yeah.
He read the notes and he plagiarized, as he does.
Repurposed. Yeah.
You know, you got the bounce every day. You got a lot of content to churn out. Why not?
Why not? Yeah. Look, we're going to be tracking this all season long. I say 7'7", but we'll see. Maybe he's 8 feet tall by the end of the season. You know who's not 8 feet tall is...
everyone?
100th percentile, Tom. We just established it.
Sorry. You're right. You know who he's looking down on?
Who?
Everyone.
Kevin Durant. Kevin Durant called timeout.
Well, let's get a real measurement for Kevin Durant while we're at it, please.
He's 7 feet tall, but he's listed, what, 6'9"? I don't know.
Height fraud.
The tallest lineup in NBA history, guys, lost to the Oklahoma City Thunder because they couldn't hit the broadside of a barn.
Yes, the Rockets lineup was incredibly tall. You know who else has a really tall lineup?
The Thunder?
The goddamn Oklahoma City Thunder. I'm like, come on, man. What are we doing here? They're fucking huge too, man.
I did like that we've come full circle on KD and he is once again a shooting guard.
Yeah.
That's fun.
Back where it started.
Double overtime, 1 point game. Chet and Hartenstein fouled out against this tree lineup by the Rockets, but it wasn't enough. Shea with the spin, pump fake, got KD to bite, drew the foul merchant, wins again.
Dog.
They survived.
How does anyone think this guy is boring?
I know.
He's so fun to watch, man. Shea Gilgeous-Alexander. I truly struggle. I'm not trying to be basketball nerd here. I truly struggle to understand how anyone could consider him boring. I still stand with this is a psyop. Someone said it. They made it. Richard Jefferson and Doris Burke repeated it on air, and all of a sudden, that's it. He's a foul merchant and he's boring to watch. Because a couple of salty-ass Minnesota fans or whatever online say this, now that's it.
Is that episode 3 of Insights to Excellence?
Oh, shit, man.
Wouldn't that be great? Michael Jordan on foul merchant, Shea Gilgeous-Alexander.
They just spit out buzzwords for him to react to. Load management. Foul merchants.
Complaining to referees when Luke is back on air.
Mike Tirico asks Jordan about the origin of the tween, or if he's ever gone sock shoe. What are we doing?
Yeah.
Is a hot dog a sandwich?
All your favorite NBA players are back, and DraftKings Sportsbook, an official sports betting partner of the NBA, is the place to bet on NBA stars this season. New customers bet just $5 and get 3 months of NBA League Pass. Plus, score $300 if your bet wins, paid in bonus bets. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app and use code THIRDEYE. That's code THIRDEYE, all one word, THIRDEYE. Bet $5 and get 3 months of League Pass, plus get $300 in bonus bets if your bet wins. In partnership with DraftKings, the crown is yours. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. In New York, call 877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY 467-369. In Connecticut, help is available for problem gambling. Call 888-789-7777 or visit ccpg.org. Please play responsibly. On behalf of Boot Hill Casino and Resort, Kansas, pass-through of per-wager tax may apply in Illinois. 21 plus age and eligibility varies by jurisdiction. Void in Ontario. Restrictions apply. Bet must win to receive bonus bets which expire in 7 days. Minimum odds required. NBA League Pass auto renews until canceled. Additional terms at dkng.co/audio. Limited time offer.
Listener, listen up. This is important, okay? I'm going to try to save you some money here. If you're still overpaying for wireless, it's time to say yes to saying no. At Mint Mobile, their favorite word is no. You may think like, oh, that's bad. No contracts, no monthly bills, no overages, no hidden fees, no BS. Here's why I said yes to making the switch and getting premium wireless for $15 a month. You heard that correctly. $15 per month. Ditch overpriced wireless and the jaw-dropping monthly bills. And of course, there are all these hidden fees and stuff, but at Mint Mobile, plans start at $15 per month. All the plans come with high-speed data, unlimited talk and text. You're not doing like weekend and nighttime minutes or anything like that. And it's delivered on the nation's largest 5G network. Use your own phone. Don't have to get a new phone. Use your own phone with any Mint Mobile plan and bring your phone number along with all of your existing contacts. I switched months ago. People have asked, did you actually switch? Yes, I actually switched months ago, and I don't know what to do with all this extra money. I've cheated the system here. I've rigged something. This is an Ocean's 11 situation where I'm stealing wireless from Mint. That's how good a deal it is. Ready to say yes to saying no? Make the switch at mintmobile.com/dings. That's DINGS. That's mintmobile.com/dings. Upfront payment of $45 required, equivalent to $15 per month. Limited time new customer offer for first 3 months only. Speeds may slow above 35 gigabytes on unlimited plan. Taxes and fees extra. See Mint Mobile for details.
Hello, listener. It's producer Maze here to talk to you about Kindred. Now, close your eyes like Owen Wilson during a job interview and imagine a way to travel that feels personal, comfortable, and connected without the price tags and the sterile feelings of hotels or short-term rentals. Now open your eyes and stop using your imagination because Kindred has made it very real. That's exactly what they do. Kindred is a members-only home swapping network. It's not a hotel. It's not a short-term rental. It's a smarter way to travel where each stay feels like home. Here's how it works. With Kindred, your home is your ticket. You earn credits by hosting fellow Kindred members, and then you use those credits to stay in over 220,000 homes in more than 100 cities worldwide. There are no hotel costs or rental fees, just the credits that you've earned. Every stay comes with white glove service, 24/7 trip support, and $100,000 in host protection. Make it easier for you to travel and enjoy yourself and not worry about details. I've used Kindred and I found an amazing home for a weekend getaway in an idyllic location with amazing views and great ambiance. It had everything I needed. And the best part was, it cost me $0. So apply now at livekindred.com and use code DINGS to join for free. Plus, you'll earn 5 nights of travel credit just for signing up. That's right, that's 5 whole nights for free at livekindred, KINDRED.com, code DINGS, DINGS, livekindred.com, code DINGS. Hello, listener. It's producer Maze here to talk to you about Quince and their cookware. Cooler nights mean cozy meals at home, and Quince's cookware has made fall cooking so much more enjoyable. Their pieces deliver the quality and performance of luxury brands, but at a price that makes sense. And they look gorgeous on the stovetop, too. No matter what item you need to complete your kitchen, Quince has you covered. With 5-ply stainless steel pots and pans, nonstick skillets, chef-quality knives, and even ceramic bakeware, which is perfect for cozy casseroles or Sunday roasts. And when you look at these prices, you might think, how is Quince doing this? How do they deliver high-quality items similar to high-end brands that are half the price? Well, let me tell you, they partner directly with ethical top-tier factories to cut out the middlemen and pass the savings on to you. And it's not just cookware. I got myself some bath sheets. That's right. When you're a tall man, you have to use bath sheets, not bath towels from Quince. It's like drying off with the cloud. It's incredible. Upgrade your kitchen for cozy fall meals with premium cookware from Quince. Go to quince.com/dings for free shipping on your order and 365-day returns. That's QUINCE.com/dings, DINGS, to get free shipping and 365-day returns. Quince.com/dings.
Listeners, hair loss isn't just about hair. It's about how you feel when you look in the mirror. 90% of feeling good is looking good. I don't know if that's actual science, but it sounds right. You know, you want that confidence, and sometimes a little hair loss going to take away from that confidence, whether it's thinning up top or falling out completely. Well, thanks to Hims, they help you take back that confidence with access to simple, personalized care that fits your life. So, how do you do it? You go to Hims. They offer convenient access to a range of prescription hair loss treatments. So you could do a chew, a serum, a spray, oral medication, whatever you want to do. They've got it for you in however you prefer to take that medication, take that treatment. Boom. Hims has it. They're doctor trusted, clinically proven. The ingredients like finasteride and minoxidil, they can stop further hair loss and regrow hair in as little to 3 to 6 months. A quarter of a year to half a year. That's it? That's all it takes? What are you doing? Why haven't you gotten on this already? Thankfully, Hims is here for you no matter when you decide to do it. You shouldn't have to go out of your way to feel like yourself. Hims brings expert care straight to you with 100% online access to personalized treatment plans that put your goals first. And there's no hidden fees, no surprise costs. It's just personalized care. It's real and it's on your schedule. For simple online access to personalized and affordable care for hair loss, ED, weight loss, and more, visit hims.com/basketball. That's hims.com/basketball for your free online visit. hims.com/basketball. Individual results may vary based on studies of topical and oral minoxidil and finasteride. Featured products include compounded drug products, which the FDA does not approve or verify for safety, effectiveness, or quality. Prescription required. See website for full details, restrictions, and important safety information.
Let's talk about the second game. Warriors 119, Lakers 109. So all that hype all summer long. Kuminga watch. Oh, what's he going to do?
Oh, you know what's happening there.
He starts
and he balled out.
He led the team in rebounding. He scored 13 points in the third quarter. And Draymond said after the game,
that rebound is what everyone in the world has been waiting to see. You know, you got that athleticism. You go make big plays like that. You got superstar potential. You go make big plays. Those are game-winning plays. What did we get? Two free throws out of that? Like, those are game-winning plays, you know. And so, you know, we all can ask for opportunity. When you ask for opportunity, you must deliver. I think he's been very vocal about his opportunity, and he delivered.
Maze, as our resident Warriors fan, what was the part that made you most excited about that game last night?
Most excited? I mean, the depth probably. Will Richard looking good as a rookie. That was nice. Buddy Hield showing up. That's fun.
We should get Michael Jordan to give me some Will Richard scouting tapes.
Will Richard, yeah. Insights to excellence. Will Richard.
Send Mike Tirico back to Jordan's house for the Will Richard update.
Maze is excited about Will Richard. Let's get that on the docket for Michael to talk about.
Were you surprised Trace Jackson Davis didn't get any burn last night, Michael?
No, it's Kuminga. Kuminga looked engaged, which was not a guarantee. They started him and he delivered. So 81 more games. Keep it up. Keep the vibes high. Let's see if it can maintain.
I mean, what's the most egregious or thing that pops into your head when a coach really or a team really wants to trade a young player or someone they don't really want on the team, but they want to showcase him, so they got to like talk him up. And it's clearly in a way to get them off the team or to try to extract the most value in a trade. Because I'm not saying that Steve Kerr is lying when he says all this stuff, but it's all the things that if I'm trying to trade for Jonathan Kuminga, I'm like, oh yeah, he's turned the corner. This is our guy. We got to throw in an extra pick.
It happens, though. It's not a rarity in the NBA where there's guys that are just like, well, we got to play him just to play up his value. And then all of a sudden they're like, shit, this guy's actually pretty good.
Yeah, Grant Hill on the broadcast. And of course, this goes back to your Phoenix Suns days. I mean, he and Steve Kerr had a little back and forth. He called Steve Kerr old and slow. Steve Kerr made fun of Grant Hill's beard. And Steve Kerr told Grant Hill that he wants Kuminga to play like Sean Marion, which sounds familiar. That sounds like something that we might have discussed over the summer.
Yep. Matrix.
Did you guys hear about Draymond and Jimmy Butler's bet?
No, I only heard about Matt Ishbia's bet.
Oh, my God.
What was Matt Ishbia's bet, Tom?
You didn't see this?
Matt Ishbia went on X last night.
Reply guy Matt Ishbia.
Went after a one Bill Simmons. He was quote tweeting someone who had just excerpted the Ringer's bold predictions column. Number 12 was the Suns will have the worst defense in the NBA. And Matt Ishbia at Bill Simmons directly tags him and says, you and your crew have some good takes and some that are terrible. You're the betting guru, and even you know better than to actually take this bet. Tell you what, go put your money on this take. When you lose, I will donate the same amount to the charity of your choice. And Bill clapped back and said, to be fair, this was from a Ringer piece called Increasingly Bold Predictions.
I mean,
my only Suns pick was under 31.5, just FYI. Happy to wager on that. But you're an NBA owner, and pretty sure you're not allowed to bet. Maybe we should bet aspiration stock.
Well, there you go. I also like to reply on that said, you bet that we'll be 30th, and I'll bet that we'll be 1 through 29.
I mean, what the hell are we doing?
How do you like them odds?
Yeah.
As someone who has engaged in segments that are increasingly bold takes, all that stuff.
Reed Shepherd's going to be the 6th man of the year.
It is pretty deflating, so I'm glad Bill said something to him about it. But also, Matt Ishbia, lay off of engaging.
No, please. It's great content.
No, man. It's a new era. It's a new team. It's a new era. I mean, this is a new Suns.
Remember 27 other GMs would trade places with the Phoenix Suns?
Oh, my God. Yeah.
29 other teams would trade defenses, apparently. But the bet that I was talking about was that Jimmy Butler.
I got a bet with, I don't think it's a bad bet, but it's kind of a bad bet. With Dre, that I got to shoot a better percentage than number 30 on our team. Yeah, right? Ooh.
But he's off to a good start.
Dead heat so far.
Yeah, and Jimmy's got the volume because he went 16 for 16 from the line in game 1.
Knowing Jimmy Butler, he'll do some crazy shenanigans when Steph is at the free throw line just to win this bet. He'd put a specific song. He'd bribe the PA announcer to play a specific song when Steph is at the line. He'd have those big heads. What do you call them?
Fat head?
Fat heads, yeah.
Big face coffee or fat head?
Big face coffee and fat head kind of melded together at my fat head. I'm trying to think of things that he would put up there that would drag Steph Curry's attention away from hitting that shot.
You think you could distract Steph Curry?
I'm sure there are ways to do it.
The only way would be probably based on what his wife has said on the air multiple times. Feet.
What?
Big feet.
Pictures of feet.
Fat feet.
He hates big.
No, apparently he's a foot guy.
My husband really loves my feet.
Oh, I love that.
And so, the light was hitting him just right that day. And so I was like, let me just snap this photo and send him a picture of my feet. So I always say, when he says to send nudes, that's what he's getting, a picture of my bare feet.
Is this a footnote?
This is not a footnote. This is a note about feet, though.
This is a footnote.
It's a note about feet. So you distract them with pictures of feet. Like, oh, my God, look at the little piggy on that one. Oh, no, I missed my free throw.
I like that. And Marcus Smart out here on the Lakers.
Wow.
Falling onto the floor and flopping everywhere. Good Lord.
Was in witness protection for 3 years. Comes out. Didn't miss a beat. He's like Sylvester Stallone in Tulsa King. He just got out of jail. What are you going to do? I'm going to go right back to organized crime, man. In a big, loud way.
Have you seen that video of the sheep falling in the ditch? It takes 3 people to pull the sheep out of the ditch.
And it falls right back in?
Bounces 3 times and goes right back into the ditch.
Happily yeah, I'm out, finally. And it's right back into it. Yep.
That's Marcus Smart when he has the opportunity to flop in a pick and roll action. I can't believe he won Defensive Player of the Year that year.
I mean, it's more egregious than the year Joakim Noah won it. But man, every time when we come back from off season to start an NBA season, there's a part of me that dreads it. I'm going to miss the freedom. I don't have anything to watch. I can just watch whatever dumb movie or whatever dumb TV show or whatever. And last night, I felt like I was born again. I was like, oh, man, this is so great. The games were great, but I got to give it to NBC, man. They fucking nailed that shit, man. Everything. Home run on everything. The music. Even when they came back from breaks, every time I heard, I'm like, oh, that's right. And my kid, unfortunately, had a shit ton of homework and a bunch of tests this week. Unable to accompany me in watching because in my mind, if my kid heard the music, then it would sink in as well. This is important. And I'm trying to parse, obviously nostalgia is playing a big role, but objectively, Round Ball Rock is just an awesome song, right? It's a timeless, awesome song that no matter were you around for the 90s or not, that music, I would give the same thing to the Fox NFL. You know, oh, shit's about to go down now in a way that I couldn't tell you what the music is for baseball MLB on Fox. I don't know what the music is. Right now, World Series, what's the music?
Yeah, I'm not going to be able to do it.
What's the hockey music? I don't know.
I'm glad you brought this up. I mean, we just got a report from Shams Charania just now. The NBA will return to painting the Larry O'Brien trophy at center court and finals script logo on the home team's home floor for the finals starting this season. The last time the large trophy was painted on the court was 2009. That's literally a report right now as we're recording this. Everyone's going back for nostalgia. It's like we all woke up, listened to Nate Jones talk about it on Basketball Illuminati, and is like, we got to bring the pageantry back.
Pageantry is back.
The nostalgia.
We're back, baby.
That's going to be week 7, Insights to Excellence. MJ, what pageantry do you miss from when you were playing back in the day?
By the way, this also broke. Mark Stein is going to be on Prime, Amazon's NBA coverage, in an editorial role.
Steinline.
Shout out to Mark Stein.
Speaking of nostalgia, I mean, that guy has been doing this for longer than just about all of us. And when you read his Substack, he gets wistful about the NBA and old teams and writes about them. We need more of that. We need more people. And Michael was talking about it, paying it forward, respect for the game, all this stuff. We just need the NBA to treat itself like it's prestigious in a way that it wasn't before.
You know what else I need more of, Tom?
What?
LeBron sitting courtside in all of his chains and his glasses, trying to remain as expressionless as possible as he watches Luka take the reins of the Lakers away from him. It's incredible.
And wouldn't you be too?
This is some of the best LeBron character actor work we've seen. Serious, expressionless LeBron. Oh my God. Wonder where he learned that.
Are you calling him a liar or being fake, Maze?
Me?
What are you, Russell Westbrook? Speaking of which, going to bring on our truth teller, Yaron Weitzman, author of A Hollywood Ending, The Dreams and Drama of the LeBron Lakers. If you haven't heard or read the Russell Westbrook anecdote regarding Will Smith's arrival to the Lakers practice facility, go check out his book. We're going to run through it with you on this program with Yaron coming up.
You all think I'm late. Well, I'm not late. And I'm going to stay right here and fight for this lost cause, even if this room gets filled with lies like these. And the Taylors and all their armies come marching into this place. Somebody will listen to me.
There's no better way to overpower a trickle of doubt than with a flood of naked truth.
But the complexity and the gray lie not in the truth, but what you do with the truth once you have it.
What is true and right is true and right for all.
You and I both know that that's just not the truth.
You can't handle the truth.
It's too messy. Keeps them up nights.
I'm here because in the end, the truth is worth the risk.
Speak a little truth and people lose their minds.
I'm a grown man, you can tell me the truth.
Why is it people who want the truth never believe it when they hear it?
So you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to do something really outrageous. I'm going to tell the truth.
All right, we got our truth teller here, Yaron Weitzman. Yaron and I used to work together at BR Mag back in the day. Yaron has his second book out, A Hollywood Ending, The Dreams and Drama of the LeBron Lakers. Tuesday night is in the books. A lot of drama around LeBron right now, and you are on a media tour, and right now in transit after being on local TV in LA. Is that right?
In LA, yes, yeah. Listen, books don't sell themselves, Tom. You gotta hit the pavement, you gotta hit the ground, hand out flyers, go meet the people where they are. You know, so
yeah. Wait a minute. So, why did you decide to write this book? No one cares about LeBron. Like, no one cares about the Lakers. Are you really sure that this is going to sell any copies?
So it's funny you say that. I've had to come up. So it's two parts. So I don't say this on most things. Like when you come up with a book topic, there is some reverse engineering. Like anyone who says otherwise is lying, right? There are lots of things that are good stories. Not a lot of good stories would sell. So the idea that, I was, choosing LeBron and the Lakers is not an accident. However, I will say there's some dynamics here that I'm always drawn to. Like I love writing about the power plays and power dynamics in the NBA and just sort of how the behind the scenes behind the scenes dynamics that we don't see lead to the things on the court that we do, right? And I genuinely felt and feel like being an outsider and not being someone who's relying on the Lakers for credentials or I'm not around the team. It's just different jobs, right? It lets you come at something from a different perspective. It allows you to write from a different angle that I thought there'd be some value. And honestly, the way I approach is like, I get to use myself as a barometer. I'm interested in this stuff, and I think I'm a pretty good representative of NBA fans. And these are things I want to know, like what this tenure is actually like. So I want to look at that.
In the book, you wrote about how what the controversy of whether LeBron was at Kobe's funeral.
Yeah,
and you wrote like in the little, why am I blanking out what the subheader or the little note on the bottom said like Pablo Torre Footnotes. Thank you. Wow. It's I'm
the little note with the
little
toes.
foot thing. Yeah. You wrote how like Pablo Torre investigated this for Pablo Torre Finds Out. And I remember Pablo being like, I can provide insight into this situation because I am an outsider. Because like I looked at this and I was wondering, wait, how is this not being reported, whether LeBron was actually there or not? And I think you're right, is that a lot of the best stories in media right now are from people on the outside who are like, yeah, I don't have any agenda here. I just want to report the facts. And I don't have any sources that I need to be kind to at the center of this whole thing.
For sure. And listen, I get it. Like, listen, I'm not going to lie. Like in my group chats, am I sometimes, as I was doing this, like private group chats, am I sometimes being like, can you believe this beat writer? Yeah, sure. Right. But if we're being honest about it, like different jobs, everyone's got different jobs. And I get it. If you're a beat writer, that's a different job. You have to be around people every day. You have to have relationships. You have different things you need to put out. There's different kinds of things expected from you. Right. You come in, you parachute in. It's a little different. You can do things. So the funeral is a great example, right? So like that happens, and if you remember, Dave McMenamin asked LeBron about it like 2 weeks after. LeBron gave a weird answer, one of his weird answers. Then COVID happened, and everyone forgot about it, basically collectively, right? Until Pablo brought that up. So for sure.
I'm curious. The excerpt in The Ringer has gone super viral. Everyone's going crazy. The Westbrook LeBron dynamics, particularly around the Will Smith visit.
Yeah.
Let me start with this question. Do you as the author get to choose which excerpt is published when an outlet says, hey, we want to publish an excerpt of your book?
Yes and no. You can suggest. That one, there's some stories, like when the first time somebody told me that story, the first time I heard that story, the Will Smith one, I remember I was on the couch in my living room, it was a late night call, and I get off and I tell my wife, oh my God, it's got my excerpt. Like that one I knew. I just knew. And I knew, I just knew it. You knew it. And I knew and I love The Ringer and I knew it's perfect for them, right? Like just the Will Smith. To me, like that's what's... That's a great, I not tap myself on the back. It's such a great sports book story, right? Because it hits some power dynamics and interesting things about the players' personalities, but there's this level of silliness to it too that you love. And that's like, I want sports books to have that. Like this silly, like Will Smith is there. Like what? Why doesn't make sense, right? I love it. So that one I knew. Yeah, that one I knew.
Do you know what? So in the excerpt, it talks about LeBron basically and walking out, saying, I don't want to sit around for this. Yeah. Anthony Davis leaves. Russell Westbrook's about to leave. Patrick Beverley says, you got to stay. Yeah. There's an argument. And then eventually LeBron and Anthony Davis come back and Will Smith walks in.
That would have been a good story at there. Like right there would have been a great story.
Stop there. You've already got your story, your excerpt. But then it goes on to say LeBron, who didn't want to be there in the first place, when it gets to the Q&A portion, proceeds to ask question after question and reciting lines from Will Smith movies back to Will Smith. And so the biggest question I have is, do you know which line specifically he recited, and was it Welcome to Earth?
I don't. All I have, and I realized, I think I got this later. It was not, I don't know. I can't say it wasn't. Lonnie Walker told me, and I think this is later on, iRobot was definitely mentioned, I believe. I don't know where or what. I don't have much more. I believe iRobot was referenced at some point. I actually posted a video. I think on my Instagram and TikTok feed is a video with some of the Lonnie Walker audio. I got to remember if it's in there, but I believe him talking about iRobot is in that audio. I can look back up, but yeah, I believe so.
Yeah, what are the draft picks here? Maze and Amin do a podcast called Cinephobe.
Will Smith lines?
Yeah.
Ooh, man.
Like, what would be the Welcome to Earth is a classic for sure. I mean what movies are being referenced? I feel like
Men in Black, definitely. Bad Boys.
Bad Boys.
A lot of tough guys talked.
Yeah, I assume. I'm going to guess LeBron. He's the bad boy.
The Pursuit of Happiness. LeBron is like, I love that movie. Hey.
It reminds me of the father-son bonding. Yeah,
Probably asked him about his weight training regimen for Ali.
Ali.
A lot of this is what you described, is a lot of power dynamics, right? You're describing who's got the upper hand and the power. And now we're seeing it play out in real time with Luka Doncic Are you already writing like a chapter about or a postscript about how this is playing out? And can you, based on writing this book, provide any insight to see how this will play out between Luka Doncic kind of taking the reins of the franchise and Rob Pelinka being in the middle of it all?
I ended the book originally with the Bronny game. Like, I thought that was a good ending. Like, the first him on the court, Bronny, that to me seemed like that was good. Then the Luka trade happens, and I felt like we had to open it up. And honestly, to me, it helped the narrative in that it was really represented the end of the chapter, right? This was the end of the LeBron Lakers. And some of the clutch stuff is overplayed, and we can talk about that. But even Rob Pelinka, I just found it great that like the opening press conference, he's shouting out Bill Duffy, Luka's agent, Luka's manager, the whole team. It was just like we've clearly moved over, right? This has clearly happened. The part that's interesting to me is I actually don't think LeBron has an issue with that. Like, I think LeBron loves Luka and recognizes the greatness of him and like understands that like this is the guy. I really think the part. And they push back on this. I think the contract thing is probably worth where there might be some animosity or just confusion. The fact that he's on an expiring contract, right? They can claim all they want that they don't want. I mean, I guess it's possible. No one's told me. Like, I can't report that I know LeBron wanted a contract, right? I can just use common sense. Like, nobody wants to play out on a expiring deal. You obviously want a 1+1, right? That's what you want always. And he didn't get that. And every turn Rob Pelinka gets to sort of make clear that they'll give LeBron a Kobe-esque golden parachute. He does. I mean, what was the quote he gave to McMenamin on Media Day? Like, we'd love LeBron to finish his story here. He didn't say anything about the contract, and I keep joking that, you know, in parentheses, and we're hoping that's after this year, right? Like, it's that. And so to answer your question, again, it's some armchair psychology. Like, I think LeBron doesn't know what he wants to do, how he wants to finish his. I think he's a little muddled and almost boxed in here in terms of what he wants to do, right? And figuring it out because he's image conscious, and that's fine. Like, I don't think he wants to do a farewell. Let me back up. I think that he wants a farewell tour. I don't think he wants to do that for like a random team. He's made very clear throughout the years that he doesn't believe in pay cuts anymore, which is fine. That's his power to him. And you start doing all that, it's like you have all these boxes you're trying to check, and and he wants to win, and there's no team that it works. I guess Cleveland and LA, but he wants to get paid. So I genuinely don't know, and I don't think he knows. I could be wrong. Watch, well, he'll announce retirement today. But I genuinely don't. I feel like he doesn't yet know.
You don't technically need this car. You say that out loud to yourself. You say, I have no space. You say, I'm just looking. Then you click. Then you zoom in on photo number 87 and whisper, oh no. Then you text a friend, the one who always enables you. You say to yourself, this is the last one, knowing it is not. You don't need this car. But maybe, just maybe, this car needs you. Bring a trailer. It's never just a car.
Once upon a mundane morning, Barb's day got busy without warning. A realtor in need of an open house sign. No, 50 of them, and designed before 9.
My head hurts.
Any mighty tools to help with his plight? Aha! Barb made her move. She opened Canva and got in the groove.
Bulk creating Canva sheets. Create 50 signs fit for suburban streets.
Done in a click, all complete.
Sweet!
Now, imagine what your dreams can become when you put imagination to work at canva.com.
Every book has an editor, and every editor takes out a story that the writer was like, oh, that was so good. I can't believe you cut it out. What was the story for you that did not make the final cut, but you wish had?
The story for me. So I'm going to say, anything, that's a good one. I'm going to tell you here, doesn't fully answer. I'm going to tell you the story that I couldn't fully get that I would love to have gotten. I tried to go a lot into I did a lot of Rich Paul and sort of the rise of Rich Paul and fascinating. And I did a lot of reporting on the dynamics between him, Leon Rose, and World Wide West, and Rich Paul's sort of rise. And we know they don't like each other. That's very clear. And I did a lot of reporting. And it's a lot of he said, and I felt good about certain things. And in the end, so it's not fully answering, but like, I basically just X'd out like 1,400 words. I'm like, I don't feel comfortable about how this is being verified. I just have to kind of yada this part of it and just go to, and then he was an agent, right? Like, but there was a lot there that was really interesting. Like, I'd hear one story about, the breakup started because Michael Kidd-Gilchrist, because Rich Paul was trading Michael Kidd-Gilchrist in Cleveland, and West didn't like that. But then I would call Michael Kidd-Gilchrist, and he'd be like, I don't know what you're talking about. And like stuff like that would happen in every direction, every way, to a point where I just literally just had to take an X. And it's annoying because like it's not related to LeBron, but I really wanted to nail that part down. I was really interested in it. And I really thought like it'd be something that fans would really like, and I couldn't quite get there.
Yeah, is there a power player that you didn't expect to write so much about, but did take a lot more real estate in your book?
I mean, it's a good question. I expected it. Pelinka, I'm endlessly fascinated by Pelinka.
Yeah,
like
there's
just
lots
like
of Pelinka good stuff in here. Yeah,
yeah. Just so maybe I knew about it, but like I could write, talk. I could do a movie about Rob Pelinka. I'm endlessly fascinated by Rob Pelinka. He is such an interesting guy in so many ways.
We already know who's acting for Rob Pelinka. We already know
exactly.
We got that casting call.
Just endlessly fascinated by him, and just like the whole dynamic there, and just. People like him, but they don't like him. And I got into his childhood, and he was really motivated. And his dad was tough on him, but okay. And Rob Pelinka is like a good-looking guy, but doesn't have girlfriends because he's working really hard. He doesn't want to go to parties, and he's on the Fab Five. And then somewhere along the line, there's this ambitious streak is unlocked in him, which was not there early on. And I don't know things you couldn't nail down. Like I couldn't quite nail down where this flip happens, where this guy who his high school friends, they may be a little weird, but like they all love him, and like this guy, who they could trust. And then you get to the NBA. And you have GM saying, yeah, I don't trust a word that guy says, right? And I don't know where that flipped or how. And he's just endlessly fat. And like the fake stories, I mean, Baxter Holmes, I didn't top that. The Heath Ledger one remains the GOAT of those anecdotes, right? Like I could not get on that. Good job, Baxter. But just a million, even like sitting around a room, like one of my favorite random anecdotes, but like him doing fun facts. They're doing fun facts with new staffers. And like, I'm from this town, they get to Pelinka, and it's like, yeah, I played Obama and horse at the White House. And it's just like, what? And everyone's sitting there like, what do we do? Like, it's just like a weird. So, I guess I knew I was diving into him, but I could write another 2,000 words on him. And the part I'll add about him, and we can move on, is like, he's going to be quietly or sort of a really important NBA figure historically in terms of like the people he was near, like just Kobe's guy for so many years. And then, being LeBron, the Lakers GM for at least 15 years, and Luka and LeBron, and just like this really important NBA figures. I'm just fascinated by him.
How self-aware would you say he is?
None. How's that? I'll give a short answer.
What? None?
I don't think he is. I don't know.
The half zip jacket that we all made fun of him for, and then he brought it back out for a second press conference. I don't think he cares about it.
It's a really good question. I don't know. Even like again, it sounds like making fun of not, but like you said, the hat and like the way he's dressing and just the Bible quote. I don't know if it's there. Again, maybe it is. He's like, what do I care? I'm like the GM of the Lakers, and I'm like, I'm an important dude around LA, and that's all I ever wanted. Maybe that's fine. Maybe a better way to put it is this: when it comes to the Carlos Boozer stuff, right? The Carlos Boozer story, where people can look it up, but basically. Back in one of the first major contracts he negotiated, not for Kobe, but Carlos Boozer has a verbal agreement with the Cavaliers that he's going to sign with them on an extension for a number. That they let him out of the contract to execute the verbal agreement. He then backs out of the verbal agreement, takes more money with the Utah Jazz, right? The way Pelinka tells that is that in his mind, and he's told people this, like, he was actually the moral one in that situation because he didn't take he let a Boozer go, and he didn't take the commission on that. He basically gave up the multi-million-dollar commission. What others have told me is that, okay, fine, but when he leaves out, is he was told by Art Tellem, his boss, that we are firing Carlos Boozer because we can't have this part of our agency. And I guess that's the kind of he took a self-awareness. There's a line there he's just not seeing. I don't know.
The Magic stuff is great too. The Magic Johnson kind of him as an executive, and the fact that he would. He had no desk or computer. I'm just reading this from your book. No desk or computer in his office, just a couch and TV. The theme songs to Family Feud, the Andy Griffith Show spinoff, Mayberry, RFD were often heard coming from inside, as well as court shows like Judge Mathis. General managers of other teams had trouble getting him on the phone. Quote, I never got the sense he knew what was going on, one said. You bring up cap stuff or trade stuff, and he either didn't know the details or had to ask someone else. And then later, he went on a press tour, like on Jimmy Kimmel, to celebrate the Lakers' resurrection, as you read it, when they got LeBron. And Magic told the audience on Kimmel, Rich Paul said LeBron would love to have a meeting with the Lakers, but he wants to have it with Magic. And as you write, that night on Kimmel and in numerous other interviews, Magic told the story of how he pulled up to LeBron's house an hour before free agency started. And once the clock struck 9:01 p.m. and he was allowed inside, the two connected over their similar histories. Magic, like LeBron, was a Hall of Famer born in the Midwest who used his on-court success to open doors to some of the world's most exclusive business deals and social corners, meaning he understood LeBron in a way few did. This connection, Magic believed, was a major reason the Lakers were able to get LeBron. And then you write, it was not the case. Quote, LeBron was going to go there no matter what, said a person close to him. It didn't matter if Magic was there. He had zero to do with it.
That's some good writing, if I may say so. Yeah, no, that is the Lakers again. I actually think LeBron doesn't get enough credit for that. Like, it's very respectful, like, of Magic. Like, they let Magic. They were okay with Magic kind of running with that, right? That narrative, and they were fine with it, and they let it happen. And honestly, they have, like, even since, right? It had nothing to do with it. Like, that idea that Magic was selling LeBron in his house on, like, his vision for a basketball team, which I guess included Lance Stevenson. Like, that wasn't what sold LeBron on coming to LA, right?
Yeah, that was great. And I do think for people who want to know the secrets of the NBA or things, how they really play out, the whole Russell Westbrook trade and how that went down. What was your experience in the whole? LeBron had a list. It was DeMar DeRozan, it was Damian Lillard, Bradley Beal, and then in comes Russell Westbrook. That was one of those moments where you kind of understood the power plays, the power dynamics in the NBA. Did you have fun reporting on that one?
Yeah, a ton of fun. And it's one of these where, like, sometimes I joke that the book should be called "Everyone's a Liar," right? That should be the subtitle, because, like, this is one of them where like in reporting, like, everyone blames the other one. No, they brought Westbrook to us first. No, he brought. And where I landed is they basically all kind of who came first. They did it together in conjunction, right? Like LeBron, Jared Dudley told me, and they've talked about this. They basically huddled up, right? Like him, Anthony Davis, and LeBron. Again, and by the way, going back to like LeBron, the clutch stuff, you know, they're huddling up with Jared Dudley. They love Jared Dudley. And then the Lakers kick him to the curb, basically. So, you know, they huddled up, they named the names, and Russell Westbrook's on it. And at the same time, the Lakers, Rob Pelinka is talking about how important it is to have a big three and how he wants guys like that. And I mean, this is up your guys' alley. I know the Lakers have Linda Rambis, who's a special project advisor, I believe. She doesn't have a basketball title. Right, exactly. Exactly.
Special projects.
Exactly. She and the Lakers and Jeannie Buss gets very sensitive about this. They get very sensitive about the fact that, like, no, she doesn't talk to agents. Patently false, right? Like, not like you can call 40 agents. They will all tell you they've talked to Linda Rambis. Okay, so it's not even like oh, I have like that's not even good reporting by me, right? That's like I'm not even proud of that. But Linda Rambis calls Russell Westbrook's agent, Thad Boucher, and basically gets the conversation started to facilitate it for the Lakers. And the Lakers try, how do I phrase this? They tried. I mean, they tried saying that wasn't true. It is true, right? It is true.
Yeah, you wrote that the Lakers said they didn't even know each other.
Right. Yeah, that's what. Okay, I can't remember this. I think I gave the official statement. Basically their thing is like, that's some of their statements to me are so over the top. Like her claiming she didn't even know him. It's just. I fact checked that in many ways. False, patently false. Right? Like it's just not, and just wild. So they all come together, and the Westbrook thing is like a big. To use the cliche, sliding doors. Like that is one, or a demarcation line, right? That is sort of, I think, where the LeBron Lakers relationship, the fracture grew, let's say, or it really fractured, because it just became, we're blaming each other, we don't trust each other. Also, it's just an abject disaster, right? In just many ways. But yeah, that stuff is just wild to me.
I gotta assume that as you're trying to write a book like this, you're gonna face resistance and obstacles from any number of sources. What was the biggest resistance you faced in trying to get this book done? I memean,
the Lakers threatened to sue me for defamation, right? They hired a famous defamation lawyer in LA to send me some strongly written letters and I believe one of the quotes in there was like, make no mistake, lots of people just threaten, we have the resource, and be like, we're not just threatening, we will sue. Or I will sue. Which is kind of scary, but then some of their responses like that's a great example. Not knowing Thad Boucher is a great example, right? Another one, they like it's this kind of inside journalism. But one of the things I sent them in the fact checking document was a quote that was previously reported in the LA Times after LeBron first signed the Lakers. The quote was an on the record quote attributed to Joey Buss, one of the Buss children, in the LA Times. Joey Buss is saying that after LeBron signs, he's saying, my dad in 2010, when LeBron was a free agent, wanted to meet, always said, I would love to meet that guy. Okay, that's on the record from Joey Buss. I give that quote in my fact-checking documents to the Lakers. I don't say where it's from. I kind of had a feeling. It's a bit of a trap, but I say Joey Buss. And in the fact-checking, in their response, they said the quote was patently false, defamation, the idea that Jerry Buss wouldn't know who LeBron was or would also tamper is insane. Like, all these things. And again, this is an on-the-record quote previously reported, right? So, like, when you see when it's full of that, I feel okay. But, yeah, no, listen, it's a big organization who's just threatening to sue. So that would be the biggest obstacle, obviously.
Yeah. I liked the part about how Russ called up Kawhi and was like, yo, I want to go to back to LA. And Kawhi's like, oh, cool. Yeah. This is pretty good. Hangs up the phone. And as you write, like, what Kawhi did next was he thought that was a great playbook, is like, go to OKC and go pry one of their stars away. But it's not going to be Russell Westbrook. It's going to be his teammate, Paul George.
Yep.
And I was like, oh my, this is so NBA right now.
Kawhi, I mean, we learned this now. I always thought, like, going back to like books that sell and don't, like, Kawhi is the guy. Like, LeBron's Mr. Player Empowerment, but I don't know if anyone has really done more than Kawhi. Kawhi is really like the real killer there in terms of how he's operated for the past 10 years. But Pablo has that corner covered now anyway. So
yeah. Do you have any Illuminati stories like that you knew you were coming on here that you were like, they're going to love this, that you want to share to the audience about writing this book and the details inside it? Because if you haven't read it, it's awesome. It's awesome.
Thanks.
And the fact that it's a
that.
live story that you still, like, every day it keeps playing out. And I can't wait to hear like the next iteration of your writing on this story.
I appreciate that. Really, it means a lot. I mean, the defamation one is a good, because that's more inside journalism than Illuminati, but it was just telling to show how the Lakers, and I'll give something else. The Lakers and many of these people are so used to having power and being able to control narratives, right? And I remember, like, talking to my editor and my publisher, right? So I'm at Doubleday, which is a good publisher, and I remember saying to one of the people there, and I remember talking to other people around the Lakers being like, I'm a nobody. Like, it's whatever. I'm a nobody. But Doubleday publishes books on the White House. Other people, like, they're not scared of Jeannie Buss, right? And it was just and I remember my editor, I went up, so Doubleday published the Jane Mayer books on the Sacklers, right? And I remember talking to my editor, my editor's editor, like the boss who does that stuff. We were talking about the lawsuit, and he goes, yeah, you know what we do with these lawyers and the letters from the Sackler lawyers? Put them in the trash, right? Like, just light them on fire. And I remember thinking, like these are people, like, they deal with that. They're not worried about like some Jeannie Buss Lakers sensitivities, right? And I think
the sports people.
Correct.
The sports people, the toy department,
Exactly. And who operate like could be me. It was like, again, that response that I said about the LA Times thing is a perfect example. Like, that's not a professional letter. That's what you see lawyers sat on. I'm guessing, like, just went over a list with Jeannie and didn't fact check anything she was saying and just fired it off. I don't know, right? Like, no, he never said this. Okay, cool, let's write it. Like, there was no. So just a lack of understanding that our world is so insular sometimes and closed, and we can forget that there's this whole world out there of other people with actual different kinds of power. And I think it was just revealing of the way the Buss, I don't want to say the Buss family, I guess, because it's not the whole Buss family, but Jeannie operated.
Here's a quote from one of your footnotes, or your subnotes as I described it. When the Wizards began negotiating and they were still doing the deal for Russell Westbrook, Adrian Wojnarowski reported that the Lakers were on the verge of getting healed. Your footnote says the Lakers representative disputed this chain of events. Quote, the fact that ESPN reporter Adrian Wojnarowski had given a bad tip is irrelevant to the facts, and this is just another biased attempt to falsely portray Pelinka as incompetent, dishonest, or both. Whomever the source is, this is at best Monday morning quarterbacking, seemingly ever willing to blame Pelinka if things don't work out and personally taking credit if things do. When notified of the Lakers' response, Wojnarowski, who left ESPN in September 2024, became the general manager of the men's basketball program at St. Bonaventure University, said, quote, even in my retirement, I stand by that reporting.
I should have given that. That is an Illuminati answer, but that's great. That's so good. I love that. I love that Woj gave me that as a response. That was so good. I was so happy he did that.
And that's
I really, yeah.
Not about Dan Hurley.
No, we can talk about that stuff too. Actually, I didn't bring that up, but we could. No, I love that they gave that response because it was like, they said that, and I'm like, you know what? I have to put these in. First, I want to, but legally, whatever, we're putting them in, and they're saying, well, which is wrong. So let me reach out because I'm sure he cares, and his response is just perfect. It's just perfect.
The kind of related to obstacles or difficulty in reporting. I'm curious if you could compare and contrast your experience writing about the Sixers and tanking to the top versus writing this book.
I thought about this a lot, right? And I think it surprised me, and this is just me being some of my naivete. Like, it sounds like I'm criticizing the Sixers. I'm ripping them. There were sometimes I would be like, this feels like going from an independent movie to a blockbuster, right? In terms of just the coverage around it. Like, I'm seeing it even now with these things that are going viral. It's just like LeBron and the Lakers. It's such we all know, but when you're in it and like when you're reporting anything about them and the way it just picks up, I guess it has surprised me in a way. It's just next level, which is wild. And it just shows you, again, it's not more about the Lakers and LeBron than the Sixers. It just shows you how big these things are, right? In terms of the media ecosystem and all of it. That part's been interesting to me for a while.
Yeah. It's like when I worked for the Suns, I remember like we were really good. We were one of the best teams, supposed to win a championship, Steve Nash MVP, whatever. And then we acquired Shaq, and then I'm like, oh no, whatever level of like popularity I thought we had, it's nothing compared to having Shaq.
People,
it goes to another place, and I can see that. It's like, you write a great book about a very interesting team and an interesting era in that team in the Sixers, and you get interest from the basketball community, and then you write this, and it's like all of a sudden it's like you're doing local news in LA, right?
Yeah, for sure. Like the Daily Mail interviewed me about, which got. I mean, I'll do anything at this point, but like, it's just a different animal, and you see, and I think because of that, they've been very protective of these images they've built, right, and what they mean, because that's a big part of it. So. It's more pressure, but like early on in the process, I kind of noticed that, be like, oh, this is different, and I don't think I fully recognized that before I started.
I might have missed this in this book. Did you actually try to sit down with LeBron and interview him for this book?
I did. I mean, he didn't do it. They were polite. I went up to him. He has this guy, Adam Mendelsohn, fans might know. That's his communications guy who's brought from out of the NBA world. So I had him. They knew the book was happening. I did the same thing. Reached out at the beginning. And then I went up to LeBron at one point and said, hey, I'm doing this book. He said, if you're in touch with Adam, that's fine. And that was it. I mean, LeBron, he doesn't do that anymore, which that's his right? He doesn't want to give away. I assume there's like a last dance thing happening. Like, why is he going to give me the stories, right? I'm a believer that when you send the fact, I thought maybe when the fact-checking document would get to them, they might want to get on the phone. That was not the case, but so it goes.
Yeah. Yeah. It's a great book. A Hollywood ending. Yaron Weitzman. We got. The Sixers are still like a lightning rod story with Embiid and what's going to happen. We talked a lot about this summer about the article that was posted on ESPN, the long story. Do you have any before we let you go on the Lakers stuff? Anything on the Sixers that you would like to chime in on the whole Embiid saga?
I love the ads because I do like the Sixers. Still have a special place in my heart. Like the Sixers team, the fan base, all of it. I love it. The article was wild. Not from the writer. They did a good job. God bless. I'm glad you got Embiid. It would have been nice if Embiid's weight was mentioned at least once there, right? We could talk. I think it literally was not mentioned once, right? And and it's a lot of that, and a lot of talking about Brian Colangelo and stuff. Like Elton Brand has been the GM or the number 2 there for I think like 7 years now. Like this is where. That stuff's in the past, right? The idea of these guys who he doesn't trust being executives there. So I thought that was it was fascinating. Honestly, my reaction to the Embiid story and the reaction I got from a lot of people around the NBA was like, really great story, really interesting guy. Also shows why you can't be the number 1. Like he was never the number 1, can't be number 1, right?
That was my thing. It's like, it was a weird thing because I read it and I was like, oh my God, I feel so bad for this guy. Yeah. I have so much more empathy for what he went through. And like, it makes me understand him better as a human. And this is great. And also not within 100 miles of, do I want to make him my franchise player? And so I remember when I read it, I asked people around the Sixers, like, did Daryl know all this? Did Nick Nurse, how much of this do you think was a surprise? Elton and all that. And they were like, none of it is a surprise. Right. I said, so they knew this and they still paid him?
That's Daryl doesn't fully believe it. I guess he just Embiid at his best can be a top 5 guy. You need that guy to win. These guys are hard to get. Like, I'm oversimplifying it, right? But so just go for it, right? Like, I mean, it's so funny. You have the same reaction, right? It's like, I love him as a character, as a fan and a reporter, journalist. Stories, all amazing. Yeah, if I'm a GM, no chance, right?
No chance. Don't want him.
But
this is crazy.
Because
he is an incredible basketball player. I mean, that's the talent is undeniable, but it's just I don't know if you can build a championship team around someone who inherently doesn't trust anybody. Like, this goes beyond, I don't trust the Sixers manager or whatever. It's like, I don't trust people. Like, the whole leaving a $20 bill out to see if it gets taken. Dog, that's a level of paranoia that's like, I don't know how many therapy sessions will crack that, you know?
I mean, I did a freelance story for the Ringer, just like it was like a little Sixers preview, and that was one of the things someone phrased me is like, all these things are great, they're all doing the young guys, all looks good, but all looks good and exciting. But can a team with Joel Embiid there in that role, and that role meaning like not a number one guy, but he still controls like what he wants, right? He's still a major presence in that organization. Can a team with that guy there succeed in the NBA? And it's so far the answer is no. Doesn't mean he can't prove wrong, but in the past the answer has been no. Just all the stuff that comes with him and the way he acts, and that's exactly it. You can blame it on the trust issues, all that, but when it comes to like on the ground, the actual actions, it just makes it really, really hard to be successful.
Yaron, I'm going to make you do this for probably the 30th time today, but can you tell people where they should buy your book and how to connect with you and making sure you and your publishers are happy?
Thank you. So my short answer, you can support local bookstores. That's always good. But honestly, I think we've passed that in this world. Just read. So anywhere you'll buy a book where you read, like, God bless, right? Like, if it's Amazon, I don't care anymore. Like, read. Like, just don't use Sora or ChatGPT, right? Like, just read. So if it's Amazon.
This goes out to Mark Cuban. Do not use, what was the name of that shit called? Deep AI or whatever the fuck.
Deep Research.
Deep Research. Jesus Christ. Fucking spend the time. Burn a calorie.
That's what I'm saying. So if that means Amazon, like, okay, I've moved past. Like, we're going to support Amazon. I don't care. So, but wherever books are sold, you can follow the social channels, all that stuff, yada, yada.
Appreciate you. It's a Hollywood ending. Go buy it and go read. Definitely don't use ChatGPT.
Guys, thank you. I love it.